my goodness me, a child actually hit me. And it actually happened on my observation day.
That a child might hit you during observation. I'm hoping that this video has given you some tips on how to deal with it and still come out with an outstanding observation.
Welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom.
I thought it would be a great time to actually talk about one of my placements, and in particular one of my observations on my placement. This particular observation was interesting, one, but it also was my best observation throughout my whole PGCE course. So I thought, one, I can give you some tips on how I got there and how I got an outstanding observation, and two, a lovely little story time, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you. So this is going to be like a story time and how to overcome it, getting hit by your child when you're being observed. So let's get on to the video. On my placement, it was in my video in one of my vlogs. I think is vlog 8, or whatever one it was. I was on my placement, of course, and I was in observation, of course. This was in literacy. Now, I had a great lesson planned. I had planned this lesson and I thought, to make it more fun, let me actually because it was to do with Under the Sea. I think that's what the book was called, or Creatures Under the Sea, something like that. So what I decided to do was to actually go on to Twinkle, which is an amazing resource, go on Twinkle and actually get the face mask for it, and pretend to be the characters, for the beginning of my lesson. So I'm in class, the children are all behaving nicely because I've got good behaviour management skills, as I've been told. Lovely jubbly. Get into the lesson, I was like, yes, they're all interacting, yes, it's going well. I had my link tutor and my mentor just kind of sitting over in like that corner just watching me, and they were smiling and writing things down, and I'm like, God, okay, this is going well, okay, this is going good, keep going. So I'm talking and the children are really interacting, and one of the things that I wanted to do was to get the TA and myself to have a group. Actually, I had 2 TAs in my class at the time, so I thought, let me utilize them. It really was not in the plan, and let me utilize them. So while I get myself ready and kind of, dart around, a group of children will go with one TA and another group will go with another. And bearing in mind, this is not really a regular occurrence in my class. I don't normally have 2 TAs. So if you ever do have 2 TAs, really use them, especially on the observation, because it takes standard 8 of wider responsibilities, which includes working alongside TAs and adults. So do that. There was a child who had a tendency, they have a one-to-one, and when they don't like something, they kind of get angry and not want to do it. The sweetest child, like, they're really, really lovely, but there's times. So they were sitting there and I was like, child A, are you going to be working? Now, this is where it went a bit left. I didn't have enough memory left on the camera, so I have no idea where this ended. So I'm just going to go back a little bit. So I was on the placement doing well, and then all of a sudden he hit me. He went bam. He went bam. Not like he went bam, but a little tap. So imagine he's sitting there staring at me, I'm staring back at him, and then I have my 2 observers just sitting there kind of staring at me. Now I couldn't really feel them staring at me, I couldn't see it, but from when the comments came at the end, they said, oh my goodness me. So just imagine, it's really one thing to be hit by a child in general with a class full of children and there's no one observing you, but just imagine being hit by a child first time and having an observation that was very critical at the time for me. Observation is, I just really wanted to improve, and I really worked really hard for that. And I was like, oh no, how do I deal with this? So at the time, I actually didn't know what to do. So I kind of stood there in front of the child, and my face was like, and I stared at them for about 10-15 seconds, and they were staring at me, and at this point they had a blank expression, so I didn't know whether they're going to hit back or whether they're not going to, what they're going to do. So I said to them, is that the right thing to do? Then they kept staring at me. I said, do you ever hit a teacher? Do you? So at this point, rather than being angry, like, how do you, to escalate the situation, I thought, let me remain calm and collected and let me talk to them. So as I said, I was like, do you hit a teacher? No, that's not what you do. I said, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to continue with the lesson, and when you're ready you can apologize. So once I said that, now once I started to move away slightly, they put their hand on my shoulder and were like, no, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. And then I was like, that is fine, you know, you shouldn't do that again, shouldn't you? And they were like, yes, and they never done it again, I should tell you. And then they came and joined me and they joined in. Now, a part of my actual comments for the actual lesson to do with being hit around about that was that they found it excellent that I kept my cool, and they were a bit worried for me because they know the child and they know how the child can be, and they said it was an asset to the lesson that the fact that I got a child who refused point blank to want to do anything, for them then to hit me, for me to be calm, get them back calm and actually involve them in the lesson and get them to do much more work than they would do normally. They said that was the most excellent thing that they've ever seen, and is a credit to me because of how I dealt with the situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, inside me, I was mad. I was, you know, someone hits you, you really, the first thing you want to do is, but I thought to myself, no, let's not even go that route. And it's, inside I was also a bit scared because you don't know what's gonna happen, because the child could hit you again and hit you even worse. Not that I would allow them to really hit me again, but they could have done that. And the fact that I was like, they were here and I was like there, so, and I didn't move because I was ready, because when I was talking to them I was already here. So when they hit me, I decided not to move, not to flinch, don't do anything, because you can't show them you're scared, nor can you show them that you're angry. So you got to show an assertive one, which is just there. Don't move. Now, for a lot of people, what they probably would do, they probably either scream, get really angry, or move and get up and say, how could you? And disrupt the whole class. Funny enough, no one actually knew that happened apart from the people that were really watching me. Everyone else is so engrossed into their actual work, which is amazing, that they didn't notice because my voice didn't really go up a decimal or anything like that. So, and that really got me to be an outstanding observation and one of the highlights that my mentor says, because I was able to utilize my TAs. So I was able to tick that box. I was able to de-escalate a situation that could have got worse and involve them in work and actually get them to learn, although they refused to after. So that's what I did. Now, this story time is quite funny to me now, thinking, oh my goodness me, a child actually hit me. And it actually happened on my observation day, which is one of the, why does everything always happen on observation day? They were fine, as cool as candy for the past weeks. It has to be that day. I thought, for those of you that are going into a PGCE schools direct, let's just call it teacher training umbrella, that doesn't have as much experience with having a whole class by yourself, just in the idea, and I'm really hoping it doesn't happen, that a child might hit you during an observation, I'm hoping that this video has given you some tips on how to deal with it and still come out with an outstanding observation. And of course, had other things, making sure children are learning, their planning was nice, and marking, all that other stuff, but that was a really big highlight. So let's see if I can just break some things down. So if you ever do get hit on an observation, or even if it's not an observation, if it's just a random day, let me give you a few tips to help. The first tip that I will give to you is to remain calm. The first thing that you really want to do is just get angry and just or do something, but it's really, really important that you stay calm. Now, my classroom is an open plan, there's early excellence, so there's not much tables. So if you are in a situation where there are tables and children are watching, you've got to really remain calm, especially for the children, so you can't get them irate, but it's for yourself as well. The next thing to do is to remain eye contact. Now, I did And by the way, I should just preference that I'm not a behaviour expert. I don't know. It's just my own experience on what happened to me and what I did. But don't keep eye contact and keep an assertive manner. Don't look angry or don't look sad. Just kind of keep a straight face and look at them and reassure them while giving commands. So you be like, do you normally do that? No. Do you not? Is it right to hit teachers? Even if they don't respond to you, continue to talk. Like, make it a open-ended question, so it has to be a yes or no. Do you normally hit teachers? Is that good to do? Should you do that? I don't think so. That's not good. But what I will do, I will wait for you to apologise, but I have to get on with other children's learning. So you can sit there and think about that. And then what I did, I walked away and I was with other children. Because at the end of the day, as much as a priority is for that child, I still have to think about the other 28 children, 29 children that are actually in the class wanting to learn. Plus, it was just the beginning task. I hadn't actually begun the actual independent activity, so I had to get back. The next thing I would say is to wait. Don't keep going back and saying, do you want to apologise now? Come on, come to me. Don't keep doing that. Allow them to come to you. As hard as it is that you just want the child to admit it and get on with work, no matter how long it takes, they're going to get back to you. There's no way of getting out of it. But don't keep going up to them. Just leave it. Focus on your other children. Get their learning, because it's not their fault. Get them learning. Get with your task. Do what you need to do. And then maybe you can come back to it after, but allow them to come to you. The next thing that I did, or the next thing I would say is, once they apologise, don't keep going on about it. Let it go. Now, I've been told, and it's really good, that with children's behaviour, don't dislike the child. It's the behaviour, it's actually not them. So I've adopted that, trust me. I've adopted that where I don't dislike the child in any kind of way. I think they're the sweetest child ever, and I love the child is amazing. But the behaviour is not exactly what I agree with. So you've just, once they apologise, let it go, move forward, assure them that it won't happen again. So to make sure you tell them it's not going to happen, and then move on. Because what more can you do? Don't keep harping on it. It's a child. They're a child. They have to learn. So those are my tips, really. I don't know if anything else. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed this video and this little story time. It is a true story. It's not really anything for clickbait or anything like that. Honestly, I can't make this up. It's actually quite funny. I wish I had my report that I can actually show you where it was written. It was really funny. So looking back now, I laugh about it. But anyway, hopefully you have a good day, and I shall see you for my last vlog week of my placements. I'll be vlogging every day. I'm holding that to myself, vlogging every day of that week to document my last ever PGC placement. And yes, I'm excited. But yeah, I will talk to you. I'll talk to you on Friday.
But thank you for watching. Please subscribe up here and watch my 2 previous videos down here. And I really do hope you have a great day, and I'm going to have a great day myself. Until then, bye.